because it's time to welcome you back to Diamond League Disasters on Redshift in the bottom left. The red Terran player, how appropriate. Aramos. And, oh, okay. The blue Protoss. Puceq. Puceq. You know what? I don't think that's right, but we're gonna go with Puceq. And moving on. The Protoss. Puck. I don't know. They're all difficult. It doesn't have a lot of force to whatever version you want to use. PU. Either way. But we're on Redshift, one of the most volatile maps in StarCraft 2 history, but still producing some very entertaining games and not being downright broken like some in the past. We have the gold bases at the very back, but there's nothing stopping your opponent from getting units to shoot over the golden minerals and hit your workers directly in the face, killing them in many cases. This probe is on an interesting path. It's scouted to the bottom right corner. There is a not entirely small possibility he has no idea where his opponent was supposed to spawn. I mean, a little bit of critical thinking skills would have given him some context clues, but that's not why we're here, right? Let's go watch WCS or boring players who play the right way. Psh. I has enough of them. Mr. Puceq with 2 pylons in the main, but both players are going for an expansion. So nothing to kick things off. Just a little bit of build up here. Not even a Reaper. There's a Stalker on the Protoss side. No Warp Gate yet. A Warp Gate considered a crucial and essentially required upgrade. But, once again, we're not here to learn the right way. We're here to learn the best way. All the workers have made it all the way back into their respective bases. A very quick engineering bay, just in case, you never know. A robotics facility as well, complementing this. At some point, he will remember Warp Gate, and it is right now. Okay, maybe not yet. He's got to get that Immortal out. A couple racks done. And the Twilight Council. He's really going to be hurting for that Warp Gate upgrade when push comes to shove. But he's just building up Immortals and Gateway units. Those are strong choices. Thank you. It looks like it's going to be siege tanks on the other side. Some more Stalkers being built, and there's the Warp Gate upgrade just in time. A Chrono Boost thrown onto it, acknowledging maybe I forgot something. +1 infantry weapons as the non-aggression pack continues, making sure now drops, warp prisms, even blank Stalkers can get through those minerals very easily. Well, over, I guess, is more accurate. Another Chrono Boost. Charge is the choice. More gateways. Neither player seeming... Well, they both seem very content to just continue building up a scan coming out. Gonna get a reasonable idea of the makeup of the Protoss base, the unit composition, and the options. So, will that change anything? Probably not. A grand total of 0 resources lost in the first 5 minutes of this match. we've got the passive part. I'm really hoping for the aggressive one. Anytime now. Bunkers on the way. He saw a lot of gateways.
Oh,
5 or
good.
6 is dangerous.
Now I have your attention.
A warp prism as well. He is acknowledging the possibility of attack from the pocket gold. Five zealots on the way. Now this is one of those games that I'm expecting, as is pretty customary. Now, no one remembers the beginning. You might be like, well, this is a boring game. They're just kind of building their armies, and they're going to fight, and somebody's going to win. And maybe it'll be close, so we'll keep playing the game. But nobody remembers the beginning. They remember the end. You think anybody remembers how the beginning of Germany versus Brazil started? Okay. You think anybody remembers the beginning of Titanic? I don't actually know that one. Full disclosure, never watched Titanic, just heard about it through memes. I know what happens at the end, though. Spoilers. Well, I won't spoil it for you guys. The charge lot's coming in, the attack. It's looking pretty deadly, but there's enough bile on the ground. Alright, it's not... Mr. Puceq is coming through, but he really wants that tank deck. That exposes him to a lot of biofire. +1 upgrades against nothing, but a lot of SCVs have fallen. 47 to 34 supply. Puceq with another warping. On the other side, though, a single Viking! The lone Viking! The last Viking. 22 kills! All of them, I think, probes. So even though this attack seems to be almost entirely successful, the entire main base has been killed by a single Viking. There's only 10 probes left. It's gonna continue the massacre. It's still going. The probes are pulled away. He's down to 6. The Viking got 26 kills. There are literally, well, there's 1 Marine and 1 Viking and 5 SCVs for aramos. Every Marine that comes out is immediately cut down. 4 probes survive the Viking raid. But, okay, wait a second. Puceq has 0 minerals, which means he cannot warp in any air units with which to kill the Viking. The 1 hero Marine shot down the warp prism and is now shooting at the probes. With just an angry glance could kill that Marine, but he's gone through a lot so far. And the Viking's still at full HP, 100%. He's trying to protect his probes. He needs to be able to bring them back to mine. 4 precious probes. The Viking at 28 kills, and it's looking to add a nexus to the count. There is a Liberator building as well. He got, well, actually it looks like he had enough minerals before, but plenty of gas. There's something in the bank for aramos, and his buildings can fly. A recall, but he recalls to the other base, not on top of the Viking. Oh. He lifts just in time. He saw the recall from his natural. He's not going to risk it. This Viking has essentially saved the game for aramos. And the Liberator, there's still no anti-air. He can maybe get 1 Stalker. He's mining with 4 probes. He's building another probe. But the Liberator is on the way. Even if the Zealots see it, it doesn't matter. Another command center is building on the right side. If these probes die, or even if they just can't mine, he can't cover both bases at once. More probes being built, chrono boosted out. But aramos, once again, comes in with the follow-up. Where's the Viking on the other side? The probes! Well, it's actually just kind of hitting the Zealots for now, but he's getting the probes. He's getting the probe. 2! He's building 1 more. If he just puts his freedom circle around the nexus. Another base. Well, this base was cleared up on the right side. He's pulling the SCVs back. 7 SCVs. The Viking comes back. Another Liberator in production. He has the money. He has the supply. Oh, but SCV's found out. That's going to bring him to 1. Puceq is mining. But the Viking, oh, 2 SCVs rather, I can count. Believe me, I count very good. This Nexus will have no more mining, and the oh, did a second Liberator get out? No. He forced the starport to lift. If it lands again, he should be able to restart production. The Viking lands. Oh, the charge lot's having none of it. Ugh! But the probes can't escape freedom. Another one liberated from its life. The Viking badly bruised, but not dead yet. He's trying to draw the charge lots in. Puceq has no anti-air. The Viking, on its own, can win the game. Well, the Liberator-Viking combination, there's still some minerals here. He could build a Cloaked Banshee as well. There are some options. But there's 2 probes left. I think the Viking has done it. This one Viking, the lone Viking. The entire victory built off his back, and now he'll be cut to pieces. A warrior's death. He did everything he could, sent to Valhalla. And with the damage he was able to deal out, it seems Aramos should be able to eventually claim victory. There's just... He's desperately trying to mine. If another Liberator finishes... I don't know where the starport... Where the starport's on the other side. Some Zealots will be killed. The probes are trying to dodge the liberation zones as they try to mine. Oh my god. And the SCV! Another siege up. The SCVs... we're not sure why the SCVs are here. They're in the freedom zone. They're free from persecution there. The Immortal's still blasting through whatever it can get its cannons on. A medevac is on the way? Okay. A medevac. That, I mean... Oh, another one of the probes. He cancels the building of a probe. He tries to build it over here. He lost one. The Liberator with 9 kills. Most of those Zealots. But a Cyclone, if he assassinates the final probes, there is no more hope. He cannot mine. He will eventually die. The Freedom Zone? Ah! There's just no anti-air. Not a single... Oh! Another probe! And 1 remains! A single probe. The Zealots retreat. What are you gonna do? He recalled all the rest of the Zealots, but does that matter? There's not enough minerals for another one. How and where and why did it all go wrong? Puceq has to be asking himself. But that Viking smiles down from upon whatever place he is in now, with nearly 30, maybe 30 kills at the end. The last Viking. The only unit. The probe. He gets the starport. I mean, the starport is burning, but there are 2 SCVs now. The command center gives enough supply to continue building them. Just 1 stalker might have changed all this. He's escorting the honor guard for the last probe, a dying race. But the probe mines! The Cyclone is losing focus on what's important. The Immortals, he hasn't found... If he could find the factory and barracks, maybe. The starport will land. The probe is mine. He has enough for 1 more probe. Probes can reproduce as long as they have a nexus. He's gonna get on top. The Liberator gonna do a lot of damage. He gets in and then he pulls out real quickly. The Immortal there. There's actually too much to put in a single medevac. He can build another probe. There's still a dream, but the pylon falls, and now he can't warp in anything. Not even a stalker. He's on the chase. No. The Liberator continues to pepper. The probe mines! But at this point, Aramos has taken the supply lead. The base is coming apart. The probe is too late. It's too late. That Cyclone will be taken out, but There are 2 probes. He's trying to build a 3rd, but there's only 1 nexus to cover. No! He's cornered him. And his buildings can fly. He's gonna find where the barracks and factory landed. But there is no hope left. Without probes, there is no hope. Only problems. It's just taken him a long time to really process the situation. A long time. He's really working his way through it, like a whole thought process here. I mean, the Liberator can't kill the buildings, but it takes a while for 3 Marines to kill buildings. I'll give them that. What's the play? He's got to come to grips with reality here. There are no minerals, no nexus, no anti-air, no hope. He's going to find the base. Another Liberator will pop out. He will force all the buildings into the air. But even the SCV is getting in on the action. He will retake, appropriately, the main of his opponent. And all because of that single Viking. All because of the one Viking. He will take victory. Well, that was a mess.